wins. He's not going to get anything else. Hi, everybody. My name is Asher O'Brien. He did get that right. It's an Irish Catholic name. Are there any Irish Catholic families in the house? Yeah, I'm going to say some things that should not be said in church. My family's Irish Catholic. You know my family's Irish Catholic because my mother used whiskey as birth control. I grew up with 5 siblings. And growing up with 5 siblings, we were always trying to analyze each other in the hopes of breaking each other down psychologically. I thought I had the ultimate bombshell when I read a statistic. Some of you have probably heard it. That 1 in 5 children are gay. I was always trying to figure out which one was the gay one. And as some of you might have guessed, the joke is on me. I'm gay. I'm also transgender. The patriarchy. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm getting paid more than all the women on this lineup. Despite being very religious themselves, my parents were judgmental of other people's religions. My mother used to say the only thing a Mormon was good for was to be the designated driver. Kind of a smart move. I, for one, loved missionaries as a kid. I just thought it was so exciting because, yes, the conversation was always dry, but they would always give you a Bible or a free religious pamphlet every time they visited you. And I don't know if you know this, but Bibles are printed on ultra-thin paper, thinner than a regular page, which makes them very good if you're 14 and need rolling paper in a pinch, and don't mind the idea of going to hell. I'm going there already, we've established this. It's strange though because you never know who's going to be a missionary. Anyone could come knocking on your door. I say that because Prince used to be a missionary. Yeah, he was a Jehovah's Witness. He went door to door, which means you could be in your home relaxing and hear the most rhythmic, smooth knocking that you'd ever heard. And you could find Prince at your front door, or better yet, your back door. Dressed in all his frills, serenading you with, "One day the heavens will open and they'll release purple rain." I'm not saying I'm susceptible to joining a cult. But if Prince was running said cult, I'd be a devoted follower. I would drink any purple Kool-Aid Prince gave me. I mean, like, that's nothing. I would drink Prince's cum if he asked me to. He wouldn't even ask me to. He would not have to be polite about that. I think Prince and I would get along, you know, because we're both known as the artist formerly known as. Yeah, thank you. I'm proud of that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about my mother because insurance canceled therapy. Yeah, it's tough out here. My sister and I visited my mother about a year ago, and she was talking a lot about when she got older, how me and my sister were going to be taking care of her. And I remember thinking, oh, no we won't. I'm not saying that because I'm a bad person. I am a bad person, but that's unrelated. For context here, I am an indie screenwriter, and my sister is an abstract painter. Yeah, she paints with her period blood, makes pixelized pictures of boobs. She made a vagina beanbag once. Sink into that. My point here being, while I love the arts, our retirement plan for our mother is to put her on the side of the Pennsylvania Turnpike with a plywood sign that my sister had spray painted "free" on. My friend asked me to give a shout out to her mom, Pam. This seems like a good time, so if you're worried about your retirement plan, Pam, you should be. When my mother retires, hi Pam, here's my suggestion for when your parents retire. Craigslist. Name one other retirement plan where they pay you to take her. You can buy anything online. And if you're like, you can't buy anything online, have you tried? You can buy anything online. I I say this because about 5 years ago I ordered a penis over the internet. Yeah, it's customizable like a Build-A-Bear workshop. I chose 5 inches. What am I trying to prove? Nothing. This is what I like to say, for liability reasons, this is not a real penis. You could probably buy a real penis over the internet, but that's one of those I don't want to know situations. What would you even do when you got it? I never learned how to sew. Anyway, what this is, it's called a Packer and STP, short for stand to pee, and is what a lot of transgender men like myself use to stand at a urinal. It's essentially a penis that's attached to a funnel. Have you guys seen those fake glasses with the nose and the mustache? It is these with penises. And one of the first times I was using this Packer was in a movie theater men's room. And instead of rows and rows of urinals, it's just one big trough. Because what are men but pigs anyway? Right? Yeah. And I'm a little nervous, but the restroom's completely empty, so I decide to man up and use the trough. I'm about midstream or so when a man burst into the bathroom. You could tell he was high because he was humming some Weezer song. You know? And out of all this trough, he sidles up right next to me. Now, I'm new to being a guy, so I didn't know if this was proper male etiquette. My thought was this was a meet cute. You know, our hands were going to go for the automatic blow dryer at the exact same time. He could be the one. So I'm nervous. And peeing with a Packer on can be difficult because if you pee too fast, the funnel part can overflow into your pants. Am I right, fellas? Yeah. So, I'm trying to concentrate, and he's over here going, Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be, baby. And I'm so distracted that I fumble with my zipper, and I hear a and I look down to see that I dropped my STP into the trough. And it's slowly floating its way down towards my new companion. And he commits the cardinal sin of urinal etiquette. He looks to me, and he looks down. At what I'm sure he could only describe as a lost Scooby Duck. And it was like he was trying to alert me. He went, "You're a dick." And I didn't know what to say, because drugs can make you see some crazy shit. So, I know what he saw, you all know what he saw. I want to know what he thought he saw. That's gonna make you go to rehab, right? Like, I want to know if he's in circle sharing for the 3rd time that week, about how we saw a man penis fall off. The man scream, grab the penis, shake it off, and proceed to run away. I do wonder if he tells people about this traumatic experience, how he describes me. Does he describe me as a man? Or as a woman? Or as the one that got away? I actually told this joke at my first Millvale Music Fest a few years back, and one of my best friends came up to me afterwards, and she was like, "Ash, that dick joke has grown so much and come so far."